I think I have figured out the magic formula for hooking people into content, if that is video, if that is audio, if that is a newsletter, if that is a tweet, if that is an Instagram post, if that is a story, whatever your content is, whatever you are putting out, even an ad, I think I have cracked the formula for attention. Now, nothing can be 100%, but I believe that this is a lot higher than what I have been thinking in the past. I've been saying your hook should be negative. I've been saying you should capitalize off trending events. Capitalize off trending events, part of the equation, not all of it. Negative is great, but especially combined with what I'm going to tell you, amazing. And relevant, part of the equation. Okay, so what is it? It's not relevance. It's not just negativity. It's recognizability, the opening of something. Whatever that type of content is, the opening should feature something that is recognizable to the consumer, to the reader, to the viewer, to the listener. I want to give you some examples because I've been going very viral lately. I put out a video about the Microsoft XP background, the original one, the green field with the blue sky. That video is up to 3.7 million views on TikTok, 1 million views on Instagram, and Microsoft even commented on that video. The video opens with the famous background. I say, this photo is the second highest priced photo paid to a living photographer. And that's a hook. And then the next line is, but this almost didn't happen. And then I show a decimated field in place of the famous background, in place of the famous grassy field with the blue sky. So I combine negativity with the recognizability, and it's a great story to boot, and the video has crushed it. I gave another story about Fiji water, about a huge marketing mishap with Fiji water. And the opening is, this was a huge marketing fail, so that's negative. And then the image is a picture of Fiji water, recognizable and negative. One of my best performing podcasts recently was about this marketing stunt that Logan Paul did with his drink Prime, where he made a fake KFC flavor for Prime. And that podcast did very well. Prime, recognizable, and it seems like a really bad idea. A KFC flavor for his energy drink seems like a terrible idea. Negative. I made the most viewed video in the world on the Silicon Valley bank collapse. Silicon Valley bank collapse, super recognizable at the time because it was relevant and that made it recognizable. And my hook for that was neutral. Somebody on Twitter asked Bing AI to summarize the Silicon Valley bank collapse in monkey banana terms. Neutral hook, but super recognizable. I made a super popular video on the submarine crisis. When that submarine went missing, submarine, relevant, but it made it recognizable. Same with LK99, relevant, made it recognizable. And so something that I'm doing with my content, especially my videos, I really think a lot about this with the videos that I put out every day, is what can I put in the hook to make the opening have something recognizable in it? I did this actually 2 or 3 days ago, showing a marketing campaign that Burger King did. Burger King, very recognizable. And the hook was negative. Burger King once sent its customers to McDonald's. That was the hook. And it shows a picture of the Burger King holding the hand of the McDonald's clown. And that video is up to, I believe, 500,000 views on Instagram and 1 million on TikTok. Maybe a bit more than 1 million on TikTok. And so I once said, use trending events. So easy. And that's true. But I didn't realize there was a more base truth. I'm all about base truths. What are the base truths that can, if you operate on, can yield the highest results? And I believe that putting something recognizable in your hook, and your hook is so important. The hook is like 80% of the importance for a piece of content. You could spend, actually, I sat down yesterday with the Polish kids who are doing content for one of our companies, Reverb, and they're improving day after day. They're just putting out a video every day. They were shooting every day, putting the video out every day, uploading manually to Instagram. I talked about these rules before, and they're improving day after day. And so I said to these Polish kids, you could spend 4 hours on a 30-second video. You put in, throughout the video, you have in nice pictures. You got the perfect, most appropriate pictures for every word, for every sentence. Every sentence is handcrafted. It's a good story. You have a good story in it. But if the hook, this is what I told them, if the hook is garbage, if the opening is garbage, no one is going to make it to watch the 4 hours of effort that you put in with the rest of your content, the rest of the video. Same goes for newsletters. Same goes for podcasts. Now, there's a caveat. That's if you have built up a reputation of putting out great stuff, then people come to trust you and they will put up with a bad hook. Or maybe if someone pays for something, someone goes and pays for a movie. They're not going to get up because the beginning is boring. But attention is harder and harder to come by these days. And this is an easy trick for getting it. It's put something recognizable at the beginning of whatever it is that you're making. And if you can, add a bit of a negative spin to it, maybe a mysterious negative spin. But ultimately, it could be good. Now, it's not perfect. I will definitely mess this up. I have messed this up, and I will mess this up again in the future. But I think more times than not, this will yield well-performing content or even viral content. And when you combine this with something that you're promoting, it's going to be huge. I'm putting out a course soon. Talked about this a little bit before. It's a course on doing bottom of funnel search engine optimization. I'm sharing how I find keywords, bottom of funnel keywords. I call them compact keywords. And I'm going to put out a ton of content about this to promote the course. And so what I will be doing is I will be showing news from Google at the beginning of my videos. I will be showing people crying about how they were hit so hard by the recent Google update, by how ChatGPT is taking away their traffic. Relevant stuff, recognizable stuff. Google is recognizable, ChatGPT is recognizable. The recent update, recognizable to marketers and to SEOs. And I will combine this. That will get more attention. I also believe that repeated exposure makes people a lot more likely to buy something. It might take somebody seeing something 3, 4, 5 times before they're like, okay, I'm going to buy this now. So I'll be putting out a lot of content. I'll be using these tricks to promote it. Some people will just buy it right away because they trust me. Like I said, some people will put up with it. They don't need something that is so catchy that draws them in and they will still watch. There's some people out there, and I thank all of these people who just watch all of my stuff because you really like me and you like what I have to say. And I appreciate that so much. And I try to bring so much value. But the majority of people are not like that. The majority of people need a tremendous hook to draw them in. And hooks are a growth hack. Hooks are a hack for getting tons of attention and tons of visibility. And I'm constantly thinking about base truths for hooks. And I think recognizability is one of these base truths. So that's what I wanted to share. I'm very hyped up about this. Again, my examples, the famous Microsoft Windows XP background, green field with a blue sky, Fiji water, Logan Paul's prime, the Silicon Valley bank collapse, relevant news like the submarine going missing, LK99, recognizability in hooks. It works. This is episode 282 of my daily growth hacking and growth marketing podcast, The Edward Show. I'm on a boat. I am on a freaking boat recording this. And there's a bridge in front of me and a cathedral, huge cathedral beyond that bridge. And I have this little there's vines all around me and I'm in the shade. There's a tram in front of me going across the bridge. It's incredible. I can't believe I get to record here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.